Oh, I see. I want to be like this.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. It's hanging on to summer just as long as I can.
One does. One does.
But it's very nice and rainy and gloomy out today, so I'm happy to be
Oh, here we are.
with you and the fans.
Good. I hear we're on Broadway World Facebook. I can share it now. Right, post.
Okay, share that. While you're sharing that, I'm going to take us in with some Bernadette.
Right.
Autumn, winter, next year.
Time heals everything. It's a song. And time heals everything.
I do love that. So
I want to I don't know, do something else with it. It seems too good to just have on our show. We need to go. Then we go global. So we need. I see some new posters, Rufus posters in the background. So give us, me and the viewers, the latest on your home renovation stuff, updates.
Things are coming along. I'm scared I'm going to get cocky because I'm starting to have ideas of other things. And I'm like, no. This entire project needs to be finished. And I need to have cleaned the apartment. And I need to be living in it at least for like a week. And then I can make new projects. But I need to have a moment of not being in the middle of this.
Yeah. Bird by bird.
But the kitchen has like really come along. I'm sitting at my dining table and
I didn't even picture that. I thought you were in your bedroom or something.
No. And I had a ceiling fan put in yesterday. I didn't do that myself.
Oh, nice.
Electricity. Although part of the reason I never had anything done like that in the past was because you have to turn off the power and we didn't have access to the basement, but we kind of do now. And my old roommate had to do it all the time because he would always blow out the circuit breaker with the ACs. So he would go to the basement and flip the circuit. Also, when we first moved in, it was like old school. It wasn't just flipping a circuit. It was like you had to put in a new fuse, but it's been like a circuit breaker for a while, but I had never done it. He would always do it. So I have now and yesterday with the guy here installing the ceiling fan, I was like up and down that staircase into that basement, like 20 times. I can't say that I'm not at all scared anymore going down there, but I'm definitely like way braver.
Hands work.
Yeah. So I don't know. The kitchen's almost done, and I've already painted.
Karen.
Hi, Peanut Gallery represent. I've already painted the base coat of the living room. And every step of the way, I mean, on one hand, I'm like, maybe I should add these other things to the project. But on the other hand, I'm like, maybe I should be done now. Like, even when I had just like applied the primer, it wasn't even actual white paint. It was just primer that you could like kind of see through the previous paint colors. But I was like, this just looks so good and clean. And I'll probably just fuck it up if I try to actually paint the colors. Like, maybe I should just like quit while I'm ahead. But I didn't.
White?
No, now I painted over that. So now the living room is like this like dark forest green, which I need to apply I need to paint all the trim because the trim is going to be a lighter color and hopefully that'll make it not so dark because it's like real dark.
Yeah.
But anyway, I can't second guess that now.
I love a deep forest green.
It's a beautiful color. It's a beautiful color.
Beautiful.
But it's dark.
It's very trendy right now. I mean, I am doing some home renovation stuff as well. Nothing near the scale you're doing, but like I have this little room off of my bedroom that I've been trying to convert into an office space for like years now. And I'm like, no, I need to save money. It's never the right time. But right now I'm not really doing anything else, besides being here with you once a week with these lovely people. I was like, this is a good time for me to have a little project. So I went to IKEA yesterday, which was just like so disappointing. I was so excited to go just because I love going there. And it was a Monday, so it wasn't that crowded. But like they're out of literally every one item of the 10 things that I wanted. Like
the website is really bad with inventory right now too, even.
Yeah. Like they're totally out of everything. It was such like I struck out so hard going there and not getting anything. But it was still, it gave me ideas, a lot of which were that dark green color. They have a lot of beautiful, beautiful dark green pieces. Anyway, we're turning into such a
TV
DIY like home and garden show.
Well, the other thing I've been doing for my breaks from that, well, I watched the new season of Pen 15 because I'm obsessed with that show.
Yes, I've heard it.
But I'm re-binging Sex and the City, which, I mean, of course I have watched the whole series more than once over the years, but it's been a minute.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely experiencing it in a new way. And I mean, obviously I relate to Carrie the most, although in some ways Miranda, and and Samantha's my favorite, but like the one that makes me laugh, that's like my comic relief, I have to say, is Charlotte. Like,
really?
by myself, like, if not every episode, like almost every episode, I LOL at Charlotte. And
I wonder if I would be the same way if I like revisited from an older age, because I don't think I've watched it since I moved to New York 8 years ago. I think I watched it when in Oklahoma.
You should definitely do it. And the other thing I just wanted to share, because it was just so like my best friend Marissa has always talked about like the archetypes from like Golden Girls and Designing Women and Sex and the City, and part of where that kind of falls apart. Thank you, Taryn. I'm not surprised. You're very pretty.
I know Taryn loves Dorothy Zbornak, so that's very interesting because Charlotte's kind of like the Rose of.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and the thing Marissa has always said, which is where it kind of falls apart, it's obvious Charlotte's the Rose, and it's obvious Miranda is the Dorothy, and it's obvious Samantha's the Blanche. But Marissa always said, well, Carrie's the Sophia because she's like the commentator who like tells the story, and like, you could sort of buy that, but it's not really like, the episodes don't begin and end with Sophia and her purse like sitting on a park bench like narrating, but Miranda just had the most Dorothy moment in the world. And oh, fuck me. Now I can't remember. Wait, I wrote it down. I'm so sorry. Wait, talk about yourselves.
I have to say, everyone was growing up, not growing up, but, in college and stuff, I would binge it and I watched it so many times. And I was always thinking, I'm a Carrie, because Carrie is kind of like the most baseline boring one, because everyone can kind of see themselves in like trying to find love in the big city and being alone. And but of course, the older we all get, I think there's actually a website or something called We Should All Be Mirandas, because Miranda's actually like the most adult, like responsible, take charge character.
Those are not the aspects of her personality that I relate to.
Oh, gotcha.
I feel more like the nerdy loser Miranda than the like adult responsible Miranda.
The eating cake out of the trash can Miranda.
Yeah, very that.
I love that, Taryn. Love. But I was going to say Cynthia Nixon is so, I mean, they're all fabulous, but Cynthia Nixon is such a good actress in that show. I mean, like, even those silly scenes where she's, overfeeding her cat because she's afraid the cat's going to eat her face off, and she like orders her to at the Chinese restaurant. She does it in a way, and she like, her acting is so good. And it's just like, she really makes it seem like Shakespeare.
She's a theater actor. I mean, and she's probably done Shakespeare. I mean, she's done, a lot of Broadway.
Well, and she's in that new, which I haven't watched, that new Ratchet series with Sarah Paul.
Oh, yet another reason. Well, and Kim Cattrall has a new series, Filthy Rich, that I want to watch.
We don't need to get into this, but I'm so like, back when all that drama was happening many years ago with the Kim, bowing out of the movie and all that, I was like, I love me some Kim. I think I'll call it #Team Kim in that whole thing. Anyway, okay, sorry. Did you find what you're looking for?
I will, because I thought I'd written down, because I had texted it to Marissa, but I never do this, but I didn't write it to her. I videoed myself telling her about it. Right?
I have that video to throw up.
I know. I guess I could do it from here, huh? What do I do? Share screen?
Let's not. This seems complicated to do live without rehearsal. But you can send it to me for next time.
All right. It's not that. The point is she just had a very B. Arthur moment. Like she was like, Carrie's like, he's not that cute. And she was like, he was so cute, you were blah, 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 blah. The other. It was like, she was like practically doing a B. Arthur impression.
I love it. Well, and I've been rewatching a lot of Golden Girls because when I was staying with our friend Jason in Fire Island, the room I was staying in had a TV with cable, and I was like, I've never had this. So all I would watch at night was like the Hallmark Channel or TV Land or whatever was playing it. And they started at season 1, which I haven't seen season 1 in forever. So I've just been like rewatching season 1, and it's so good. I mean, B. Arthur really milking those slow burns in the early seasons. Okay, so we talked about Sex and the City. Do you want to do, I know you have a little Patty related appreciation station. Should we go there?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, let me, where is it?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so do you want to intro it and then I'll throw up the photo?
Sure. Well, this is a Instagram friend of mine, Seth NY, and he shared this photo of his new Peloton home studio, I guess you would say, and I love it. I mean, to be honest, I hope he's not offended. I don't love the name Pelu Luton. It feels like a little like too many layers.
Yeah, I keep wanting to say Telly Leung.
Yeah, I wish it were Telly Leung. But I am just so thrilled with what Patty things he has chosen for this little nook in his home.
Oh my God.
Really beautiful. And I wanted to just talk about it a little. I love that the Lupone Gypsy red artwork, because I love that so much. I wish they kept it for Broadway. I love that that's at the center. And of course, picking up the red is a beautiful shot from the Evita poster photo shoot. And I just love stuff like that. You know, I have some of the pictures from that photo shoot on my walls. I love, you know, just those slightly like off-center choices of the Patty, you know. And right above that is something I don't even have. I have a postcard, but it's different artwork, but also a Ken Fallon of Patty for her first Carnegie Hall concert. I mean, so rare. You can see conceived and directed by Scott Whitman. And right above that, and then balancing out on the other side, are two photos from a photo shoot she did for Time Out New York that I love. And I think she should have used that crazy screaming one as the artwork for her Don't Monkey with Broadway album. First she chose something bland, you know. But also just like really off kilter, there's like the yellow poster for the Evita Out of Town tryout in LA, or it might even be San Francisco. I can't zoom in enough. But anyway, you know, pre-Broadway, before that photo shoot had taken place, you know, and then there's just photos from different productions. And there's just like, I really, you know, I love the choices he's made. There are moments that I love that photo of her as Norma in the As If We Never Said Goodbye drag. You know, which by the way, I have to say, I mean, one of the weirder things to me about Glenn Close as Norma is that she didn't choose to get new costumes designed, because to me, you know, Glenn is a lot better looking in clothes in general than Patty is, you know, but those costumes were designed for Patty. And I don't think anyone ever looked as ideal in them as Patty did. And I'm surprised Glenn didn't want her own stuff. But I mean, I think that picture, even though it's just, you know, the waist up and the fur is wrapped around, it just sort of captures how exquisite she was in those clothes. I love this new company look there.
Yeah.
I love the Anything Goes shot on the top is not from the show. It's actually from the Tony Awards, which I know because her wig is longer than it really was in the show, which was problematic in the choreography that night. But it looks so pretty. I love that he has that photo. Just the other stuff. I mean, you get War Paint and Women on the Verge next to that, but also her interview cover and Oliver. You know, they're just like very specific choices. There's a fan shot of him from years ago when he was obviously, they were both younger, some stage door pic, you know, and just a great rose shot. I mean, you know, all these things were immediately clear to me. My eye just sucked it all in 10 seconds, you know, in half a second. And I just love it. And so I just want to give him all my props, all my Patty Lou props.
Woo! That is so true. You can totally tell. It's like he knows what he's talking about because of the specific choices.
Sorry, one more thing. Right down to the fucking baker's wife Hirschfeld in the bottom. I've never even seen that before.
Yes.
You have to give it up.
Amazing. I love that Joanne photo. I want that like blown up and hung above my bed.
Yeah. No, that's not how exactly the look she had when we saw her in London.
Right. She had a different wig. It was a little bowl cut.
And a different fur coat. And a lot of the kids on the message boards were dogging the new fur for Broadway, which of course I don't go to see Patty in early previews and stuff, so I hadn't seen that. But I love it in that picture. I think it looks so chic and you know.
Totally. I love. Okay, so someone we also love who is the subject this week of our Who Do You Think You Are is Ms. Lainey Kazan.
Oh my.
Patty just really coming through today.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you want to give any intro before I play the track, hit the track?
I mean, you know, a performance like this nowadays could get a girl canceled. But
I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, it's not politically correct, but you got to give it to Lainey, and I think this would be true even today, that her choices in this are so off that I think even now, I don't think the takeaway would be she should not be singing this material. I think the takeaway would still be she shouldn't be doing this with this material.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm overselling it. It's kind of, I mean, for Lainey, it's subtle, but there's just a few things in it that I just couldn't resist.
Yeah, Lainey does not do subtlety. Here.
Someday I know he's coming back to call me. He's going to hug me and hold me so. It's going to be like dying for me deep inside me.
Oh my God. Who does she think she is? That is unforgivable. I mean, it's like she's someone singing in the shower with no audience and just like, or in front of the bathroom mirror. I mean, there's just no shame to her game.
No shame, truly.
I cannot deal with that. I mean, I'm gonna have to watch that again on my own time because it's too much to unpack. But she starts it so fast and upbeat, and then she really slows it down.
So that's the middle. I mean, she starts slow and then gets fast. And, you know, she just wants to make sure she can get all her money notes, but also she loves to do a little like drive me mad.
Yeah, loud. Yeah, like what? Oh God. Famously, Lainey was I'm sure our listeners know this, but Barbara's understudy in Funny Girl. I don't know if she ever went on, but did she also like do it on tour, or did she ever actually like go on the road with that role?
No, I do not believe she did. I think the tour was, well, I know there was like Mimi Hines did it, and Marilyn Michaels. Is that a person?
Marilyn May.
No, I wish Marilyn May did it. Marilyn May probably did do it.
Oh God, I would love to see Marilyn May now in Funny Girl.
Yeah.
At age 91.
I think Lainey played Mrs. Bryce in the Pia Zadora production at the Long Beach Civic Light Opera, but I could be, maybe it was like Kay Ballard or something.
Oh my God, can you imagine Marilyn doing If a Girl Isn't Pretty? Keep moving.
Just scatting it up.
I love her so much. Friend of the pod, Mucho Music, Dan Fortune sent us some a treasure trove of Marilyn videos that I have not checked out yet, but I'm so excited to.
Me either. Me too.
Okay, so now let's go to movies or movies, because we have a very special movie to discuss today. Another treasure trove of lady goodness is this movie.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm so glad to know we can do gifts on here. And of course, we can't leave out our patron saint, Tim Curry. No, I'm just kidding.
And the titular character, Anne Ranking.
Anne Ranking. Oh, I forgot to upload the. Oh, here. No, I forgot to upload the poster, but I found a really cool poster. Maybe I can still upload it. Yeah, okay. So talk while I find this poster.
Well, I love the movie Annie so much. I grew up on it. And I hate when people say which one, because
there we go.
This is the one, from 1982. By the way, I was trying to figure out what I knew the director John Huston from, and one of his things was one of your recent journey. He directed The Misfits.
Oh yeah. Angelica Houston's father, famous old Hollywood director, and obviously New Hollywood director, a legend. Apparently, he was very demanding on set.
Well. Thank you, Taryn. This is the only Annie movie that we recognize. I mean, there was a recent travesty with Cameron Diaz, and
ended her career.
Yeah, and no, Taryn, it was not the last movie he made. He directed that James Joyce's The Dead film after that. I only know that because I was reading his Wikipedia today. And I've actually weirdly seen that movie twice, even though it's like so not my bag. But people just have a thing about loving to make me watch that movie. And the Rob Marshall TV movie from 1999, although it has some wonderful supporting performances from Alan Cumming, Kristen Chenoweth, and Audra McDonald.
Right, and Kathy Bates.
No. That's A lead, and B not wonderful. So Alan Cumming and Kristen Chenoweth and Audra McDonald are wonderful. They're not Tim Curry, Bernadette Peters, and Anne Ranking, but they do beautiful jobs in their roles. But the rest of the movie, while it's a faithful adaptation of the Broadway show, it doesn't come to life. Yeah. And I think a lot of people's problems with the original movie were that it was such a change to the Broadway show. And it was not a commercial success in the theater originally, although it was the beginning of the home video era, and was huge for my generation growing up, watching it on VHS, renting it on VHS. And I think everyone my age or younger grew up on that movie. I mean, you could tell me, even though you are young enough that you could have also grown up watching Kathy Bates, I imagine you didn't. You watched the real one.
I grew up watching this movie a lot.
Yeah.
I can remember watching it, not only at home, but like every time we had a substitute teacher in music class, they would wheel out the TV and play Annie. And I loved it. And I was thinking about it because recently I was at my friend Dan's house and we turned on Annie and we're watching scenes from it and numbers from it on YouTube. And, you know, of course, seeing it with adult eyes now, like little things that Carol Burnett terrified me as a kid. I just thought she was so scary because, you know, this like evil, like boozy villain. But now watching it, I'm like, oh, she's kind of like doing Lucy or something. You know, she's like being it's like physical comedy. It's character. It's so funny and comic. But like as a kid, it just terrified me.
I wanted to be her so badly. I used to put on my mom's bathrobe and take a champagne glass filled with tonic water and like walk around the house just like yelling at my sister.
Yes. I remember in the bathtub, I used to love pours the gin into the bath or whatever. Just so good. And so yeah, and the scene at the end when like Annie's like climbing, what is it? I don't know. Remember what it is? Like a ladder or something in Rooster's.
A bridge. I always thought it was the Williamsburg Bridge, but it's not. But it's a bridge on the. Yeah,
that terrified me too as a kid. I was like,
that was scary.
So, but yeah, I loved that movie so much as a kid. I mean, that was like a deep, you know, place in my childhood.
Totally. I love that.
I love that. And then I was thinking about Carol as Miss Hannigan, and there was also another film that terrified me as a kid, but which I loved, which was Pete's Dragon. Did you watch that? And Shelley Winters was like the you know, mean evil lady trying to like get Pete back into her clutches.
Is that a cartoon?
It's like part cartoon. It's like Roger Rabbit, where like the dragon is animated, but everything else is live action.
I've never seen that movie. I don't think. I need to see it.
Well, I haven't seen it in so long. I need to rewatch, but I did pull up a screenshot that I found of Shelley at the end of this number called Bill of Sale, and she falls into like this, I don't remember what it is, some sort of pool of water, and she, at the end of the number, she like pulls out the bill from the water and sings her last note.
What is it with her in the water?
I don't know. She's a great swimmer. Anyway, and I also recently, a couple years ago, I recently watched Poseidon Adventure for the first time, which of course it's just a trip.
Featuring my favorite Fallon from Dynasty, Pamela C. Martin.
Yes, that's right.
Although I'm also a fan of Emma Sims, who replaced her. It was a very different approach.
Yeah. So what was your, have you ever seen a production of Annie on stage?
Oh, yeah. Well, I saw Annie on Broadway when I was like 3 or 4 years old with Marsha Lewis as Miss Hannigan and Allison Smith as Annie. Allison Smith, who would become a star to me a couple years later on the sitcom Kate and Allie with Jane Curtin and Susan St. James. But, you know, no one speaks of Kate and Allie anymore. But she was a TV star in the 80s, a teenager. But, you know, she was younger in Annie, obviously. But I loved it, and I would listen to the record. But the Annie that I really remember is the movie. But then I also saw it. I saw a couple of like stock productions over the years, and even I think maybe 1 or 2 like school productions. And then I saw it. I saw the revival. The last revival. I did not see the Nell Carter Sutton Foster revival. I saw the one. I didn't see it with Katie Finneran, and when Faith Prince had taken over.
Oh, I wish I would have seen it with Faith. I did see that. I saw it with Katie Finneran, and who else?
I mean, I love James Lapine, but I don't know who thought he was the right choice to direct that. And if they were gonna have him direct it, why not get Bernadette?
To direct or to play Miss Hannigan?
Either one.
Oh my God, I would love to see Bernadette as Miss Hannigan. That'd be so
totally.
Yeah, I forgot I saw that production. I mean, that tells you a lot, but
it's not good.
Who else went into that role? Faith, and then Jane Lynch.
She probably was the best. I wish I'd seen her.
Yeah.
She was so great. I heard Joe's Pub Show. I think I've told you this. It was one of the best things I've ever seen there. And
wow,
her sidekick and like I guess best friend and like comedy partner is Kate Flannery.
Yes,
and Meredith from The Office. And she I mean, she would be a great Miss Hannigan. She was divine. She sings. They would be so great together in like Mame or something, you know. But that was great.
That's great. I was just about to ask you who's your dream Miss Hannigan, but like now I'm just like, I think Kate is mine, because like even Meredith has like a little Miss Hannigan side to her.
Very much. Oh, you know, it's interesting though. It's like, I mean, Dorothy Loudon was so brilliant, you know, and you see those clips of her doing, you know, Little Girls or Easy Street, and it's like, it's so sophisticated, and it's such in a different universe than what Carol Burnett is doing so great in the movie. And then you see these people, you know, no tea, no shade, fuck it, all tea, all shade to all these, I don't even need to say their names, but everybody else that plays the part. And they don't have it going on either of those things, you know. I mean, you said it exactly right. Carol Burnett is almost like doing Lucy, you know, and it's so great, and it's completely different. I mean, Dorothy Loudon, it's like this high art, you know.
Yeah.
And, you know, and I mean, it's funny to hear you say Carol Burnett is scary, because I think of Dorothy Loudon as like possibly truly capable of murdering the kids.
Wow.
Whereas to me, Carol Burnett, it always feels like she can't murder anybody. She's going to fall on her face and the kids are going to laugh at her while she falls asleep in her own vomit, you know?
Yeah. But that's so true. Dorothy brings a real, like a menace to it. You know, it's very, Annie Wilkes in Misery or something. There's like a bit of unhinged, like something's not right.
Although it's also a little bit like winking at the audience, like, what am I doing up here with these fucking kids anyway? You know, you know, and Carol doesn't, you know, she's in the movie. She doesn't have
I always forget, I mean, again, no tea, no shade. I always forget about Anne in the movie. I mean, she's so good in that movie. And I forgot to pull up a picture of her, but when I recently rewatched it, I was just taken, because as a kid, I didn't know who Anne Ranking was.
Yeah.
So I never really appreciated her as much as I should have. But when I went back and rewatched these clips recently, I was blown away by her performance.
Totally. You know, I hate dance, but when Anne Ranking's dancing, I'm into it. I mean, you know, she was weirdly kind of a movie star for like 5 minutes in the like early 80s. Like there was this Dudley Moore movie, Mickey and Maude. I think he was married to 2 women. It was her and Amy Irving. And like, she was like, well, of course she'd done all that jazz, but you know, she was just kind of like a fixture. So she was very familiar to me. But that, just her like in that slip in We Got Annie doing like the choreography like on like the little like rolling like ottoman is just everything, you know.
Yes.
I say We Got Annie, I meant Let's Go to the Movies.
I was
Annie too, in that like, what do you call it, diaphanous, is that the right word, that yellow dress like climbing up the not scaffolding, whatever, you know?
Yeah. I now I'm dying to rewatch the whole thing. I also as a kid I remember all of the choreography like on the stairs, and just like, I mean, that's, you know, great direction. Just the way they really used all the space. Like, they really captured like the feeling of New York, and like you know, the fire escapes and the orphanage and the laundry. I mean, it all was just such a little glimpse into old school New York.
Through Annie's eyes, you know. Although in a way it's kind of not New York, because it's like the Lower East Side of like the ghetto of New York.
Yeah.
Like a rich person's mansion. I mean, the one thing that I really like can't get over that I miss in the movie is NYC. I mean, I remember so well being a little kid. It's the only thing I really remember from the Broadway show, other than the Christmas tree and like the orphans, is NYC. And to be seeing a Broadway show kind of about a Broadway show in that number. And I probably saw Laurie Beachman, actually. I don't think of myself as having seen Laurie Beachman, but I think she stayed in the show a long time. I could find that out, I guess. I just remember the magic of that, feeling like this is about like the fabulousness of Manhattan, you know, and the movie doesn't have that. But, you know, in a way, it doesn't need that. It's not what it is, you know?
Yeah. That's so, I remember seeing a regional production of it when I was a kid. Like it came through touring in Tulsa, and I wish I could go. I wish I had the, I mean, I'm sure my parents have it somewhere, but I would love to go back and look at the program and see if I saw, you know, if I
would love that too.
Allie Struthers as Miss Hannigan or something, who knows?
You probably did. She's done it everywhere.
So I'm drinking this is all they had on when I ordered my groceries online is Poland Spring. It's actually not too bad, but I know it's nothing to what you're used to. Are you drinking your Gerolstein? Let's whip it out.
All right.
There she is, boys.
This one's closed, so I can.
Oh, I love when you have one on deck.
Well, I wanted it to be, you know, to show the audience.
So we're gonna try a new segment, and I haven't made a little intro for it yet, but we are going to talk about our favorite products from time to time if we feel so inspired. So why don't you give us a little rundown all about Gerolsteiner? I know you actually talk with them and they send you stuff. So.
Yeah, I mean, we owe them a promo because last year they sent me a fabulous bag and a beach ball and a Bluetooth speaker. And I love Gerolsteiner. It's my favorite sparkling water. If I had my druthers, I would drink it every day. What I love about it, first and foremost, is that it has a really high mineral content. It's almost like kind of like has a taste to it.
Yeah, a rock.
Yeah. And I find that much more refreshing, which makes sense. I mean, you know, one of the minerals is potassium, which is like the active ingredient in like, you know, Gatorade. I mean, it's electrolytes, you know. And they say it's also very settling to your stomach. It's like, you know, like having like a bicarb. Bicarbs. And that's going to be me in the new year. It's the Jewish New Year. And I love it. I love it comes, you can get the small size in plastic bottles, but the big one is mostly, I love a glass bottle because I feel like you always taste the plastic, you know?
Interesting. I love how refined your palate is.
Listen, you know what? Ever since I quit drinking and smoking 10 years ago, I became like a dog. I mean, I'm like a pregnant woman. My sense of smell and my sense of taste
heightened.
I'm so colorblind, you know. So so painting my apartment, I have to like taste the paints to know for sure what goes.
Taste.
I literally did the other night. It's so weird with me painting because like. What's the line? This is very me. This is a line on The Simpsons when Homer's like, there's 3 ways to do something. The right way, the wrong way, and the Homer Simpson way. And they're like, yeah, isn't that just the wrong way? And he goes, but faster. I've always prided myself on doing things really fast and really poorly. But painting is something that I do very poorly and very slowly. So I was trying to speed it up the other night. And what I wound up doing was just spraying all this paint everywhere. And I just kept getting it in my mouth.
I'm sure is it non-toxic?
Couldn't say. But I'm not dead yet, as Christian Borle said.
I'm not yet dead. Wait, were you like using the roller and that's why it was spraying back?
It was spraying it's a fucking mess. I didn't do the sanding after the plastering because I just didn't want to. It's really everything that is like polished about my kitchen, where like the TaskRabbit painter did it before I ran out of money and had to take over the job, is the opposite of what my living room is going to be. Just like it's going to look like my like 3-year-old, you know, god kids like did it. It's like not like, you know.
The dark green that
you're green. It's a dark color to make mistakes with. Anyway, my sense of taste. You know, but even with my Soda Stream, you know, I buy the glass bottles. I had to get a special Soda Stream thingy. And it's a real crisis of conscience for me because the glass bottles of Soda Stream are smaller than the plastic ones.
Yeah.
You know, for me, in a 1-liter situation, I'm already at a much smaller size than I'm comfortable with. Like, you know, I really prefer quantity over quality.
Yeah. Well, and I have to say, I've witnessed you on the phone with the pantry in Fire Island so many times, asking for the large glass bottles, and then you being like, no, large, no, but glass, no, but glass, and then they arrive, they're large
Plastic
or small.
Yeah.
It's like I always just like I do it for you because I know that's not how you like it.
Mm-mm. It's not good.
Anyway, but yeah, I remember drinking Gerolsteiner one time on the beach, and I usually just drink my little my favorite is the Polar seltzer, raspberry or cranberry lime.
Yeah.
And we were out, so I took a Gerolsteiner to the beach, and just all I had been drinking was the Polar. So after that, the Gerolsteiner just literally tasted like I was drinking a liquefied rock. It was just so early, but it felt so fresh, and yeah.
I love it. Nothing compares to it, you know. I mean, I don't like the ones with flavors. Although I do like that cranberry lime that you drink, that flavor of Polar.
Yeah.
But most of them I don't like. And I don't like, if I, for a second choice, like a Perrier in a glass bottle is pretty good.
What about San Pellegrino? Where does that factor in?
Not as good as Perrier. The truth is, Pellegrino, I will choose it if there's no Gerolsteiner and no Perrier, because at least it comes in a glass bottle. But what I've actually found is, for mineral content, if I can't get Gerolsteiner or Perrier, I actually like club soda. Like club soda tends to have more mineral content than other brands of like sparkling water.
Oh, interesting.
It depends on the brand, but like I'll read the labels, because I think sometimes they use the terms interchangeably, but sometimes they have meaning. So with each brand, I like to read the ingredients and the nutritional information. But if there's high mineral content, I'll probably like it.
I'm so interested in this. I think this should be part of you should write a new one-man show all about sparkling water and seltzer, and you should categorize them by, like, you know, mineral to least mineral.
Yeah.
I love it.
But the glass bottle goes a long way, I will say.
Well, and glass is way more environmentally friendly, obviously.
Yeah. Although it seems like a lot of places, they don't recycle glass.
Is that true? I mean, I've just heard so much lately about plastic recycling is like not a thing like we think it is. And whenever you send out your plastic recycling, they literally just take it to like the landfill.
Yeah. Sandra Bernhardt's been telling us that for 20 years.
That's one of my favorite Radiohead lyrics, just like an aside. In the song No Surprises, the opening line is "a heart that's full up like a landfill." Isn't that just so striking and poignant?
Totes.
So Tom York.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's see. We've done our movies. We've done our product review. Who do you think you are? Should we go into Dolly Concert Kill, or should we introduce the listeners to one of our other segments?
Sure. Well, I also have Name That Belt queued up for you.
Oh, fabulous. Oh, I forgot about that. I'm so excited. Okay, here we go.
You really sing out. You really build the song. There are very few of us left.
Oh, I'm so excited. Okay. Well,
all right. Well, I hope it works. This is my first time doing this this YouTube version of it. Okay, are you ready?
And I'm trying not. I can see the reflection of your computer in the Rufus photo, but I can't see who it is. So
Okay. Well, actually, this one, if you see who it is, it's a red herring. Okay.
Barbara.
No. Anybody else got it before we go to one more note? No. All right. Well.
Wait. Hold on. I mean, don't play the next note yet. I think I know. Play it again. How you just played it.
Okay. Let's see. I do have the skill. Okay, you ready?
Yeah. I know the song, but I can't think of what it is. Oh God! Oh God! Oh God!
Oh, someone's guessed it.
Oh, did you get it?
Mucho Music, Dan Fortune.
Oh, good job.
Parent, that is Betty Buckley on the soundtrack of the movie Hair. She sings Walking in Space, even though it's like a young Vietnamese girl's lip syncing it for some reason. They used Betty Buckley's voice.
Oh, really? Oh my God! That's okay. I recognize I know Hair really well, so I recognize the song. I never would have gotten Betty though. That's so fascinating. Should I watch that movie? Is it good?
Yeah.
I love
it. It has Laurie Beachman and Nell Carter and Beverly D'Angelo.
I really do love Hair. Oh my God, good job, Dan and Taryn. I'm so proud of our
Okay, you ready for the next one?
This is so fun.
Okay. Anyone?
Oh God, I have no idea. Play it again, Sam.
Okay. Let's see.
Oh, play it again.
Again?
Yes.
Okay.
Sure.
Nope.
You
want to hear a little more?
Yeah. Give us a little more.
Okay. Nobody got it?
God, I have no idea.
Come on, Taryn, Mucho Music, you guys can get this. I actually play this track a lot. I'm surprised that it doesn't just ring a bell for you on that respect, you know.
What do I know the song?
Yeah, it's a very known song.
Play a little more of the song.
Okay.
Leslie Uggams?
No, but you're closer in terms of the instrument, if not the career.
More or less of a career?
More of a career, but I would say instrument maybe in the same. Well, that's unfair, but similarly rangy and versatile. Nobody?
Keep playing a little more. I'm so invested. I have to get it.
Okay.
Okay, it's Oh Danny Boy. Oh.
Nothing? I'm really surprised Dan Fortune is not coming in here with the answer.
Play it again. Play a little more. This is like, I feel like this is The Office whenever they ask the security guard to if they should get new chairs or a new copier. Like,
okay, this is the last one though. I mean, because I have another one to do.
Okay. I think I almost have an answer.
Okay.
God, I do not know. I can't. I'm so ashamed. I feel like I'm gonna be so sad that I didn't know this.
As the homeless man said to me and Marissa on the street in Baltimore when he asked who had done the concert, and we responded, Patti LuPone. LaBelle?
Oh, oh my God, I was so close to saying Patti LaBelle, but I was like, I've never heard her sing. I don't think I know her singing this. So that's really also good because it really shows her upper register.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I guess I kind of been cheating Name That Belt because I like a little head voice, you know.
That was a really good one. That was hard.
Okay, this one I hope it's hard, but I feel like it's probably easy, but we shall see. You ready? Okay.
Oh. Patti?
That was at the wrong place. I messed
the
up.
Other Patti.
Yeah, the other white meat.
Oh my God. Oh my God. This is a fun segment. I need to do so many more. Well, the winners of today are Mucho Music and Taryn.
Yes, indeed. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Patti LaBelle.
Yeah.
But what a belt.
Leslie Uggams will be so pleased.
Yeah. Okay, so before we sign off, of course, we have to do our favorite our favorite listener involved segment, DCK. Okay, so now in the spirit of what we just witnessed, I'm going to give you one. Leslie Uggams, Patti LaBelle, and Shirley Bassey.
Okay. Well, I guess I want to see Leslie Uggams as Dolly, and Patti LaBelle in concert, and Shirley Bassey. I think she's like a trumper, so fuck her.
Is she really?
Yeah. So I could be wrong about that, but she's definitely like odious.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I guess wasn't Patti LaBelle in talks to replace to replace Bet?
Could be. I mean, I was tempted to say that, except I've never seen her in concert, and that's one of the great voices ever. And Leslie is a sure thing in Dolly. I mean, that's a musical comedy, titan.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, I'm sure she would make her own choices, but like Dolly isn't really a score that would showcase. Just on its own, it wouldn't showcase.
Totally. Like, I don't really need to hear Patti LaBelle being like, "Hello, Harry,"
But I would like to see her really milk So Long Dearie for all it's worth.
Yes.
Okay, here's one from Mucho Music. Judy Garland, Deanna Durbin, Shirley Temple. I don't really know who Deanna Durbin is, I have to admit.
Well, she's just a running Judy joke, I feel.
Right. But was she like an actress?
Yeah, a movie star. I think like a soprano, maybe.
Well, I mean, Shirley Temple is Dolly. That's funny. I just want to see Judy in everything, but I guess I would see, Deanna as Dolly because I want to see Judy at Carnegie Hall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, give us more.
What's your favorite Judy movie?
Singing. Wait, have you still not watched it?
No, but I got the DVD and I left it up at our house in Fire Island. So,
all right, so we have to watch it when we're there.
We have to watch it. I was also hoping that whoever was at the house after who I saw who was at the house after us.
Yeah.
I saw them. They all look like lovely people. They were all having brunch out on the outside porch, which we've never done. But I was hoping maybe they would enjoy it as well.
When we went back to our house last summer to see the people who were there the week after us, and they were like such like Fire Island Pines gays that I was like super like uncomfortable and intimidated by. I always assume, but the people that had that, at least in July or I guess August, that had the week after us, like we were more Fire Island gays than they are. I was happy to see that.
That was the same people I saw, and they just seemed like very lovely. They were all eating brunch, and then later I saw them. They were all on this the top of the house on the roof deck taking pictures of the sunset. They just seemed like really like sweet, good people. Anyway, I'm sure everyone's just finding this riveting.
Yeah.
Okay, but give us more DCKs. Give me one while we're waiting.
Okay, I will give you one while we're waiting. Marilyn Monroe, Lucille Ball, Kim Cattrall.
I love it. I love it. I really, really want to see Marilyn as Dolly so bad.
Interesting.
I just think, she would just be so good in that role. Coming down that, I mean, the star quality, you know, that she walks in a dress like no one else.
I knew I was going to hear about the dress.
Yeah, I mean, the dress she wears, the clothes. I mean, you know. Anyway, and then I would love to, I mean, I kind of want to see. I mean, you know, I love me some Lucy. I mean, I would much rather see An Evening with Lucy, but I also love that like weird like scat jazz video that Kim has on YouTube, where like her partner is playing like a bass or something, and she's like scatting to it.
Oh, from I Love Lucy?
No, Kim.
Kim Cattrall. Oh my God.
There's she's like "Daba do way," and she's just like doing all these weird like jazzy scat choices.
Because what's the thing where Lucy did that on I Love Lucy, where she's like, it's the Saskafan of Ivanovich.
Yeah, it's the Saskatron of Ivanovich. Yeah, totally. That was one of the first episodes. Okay, here we go. These are good. Oh my God, good job, Steven. Why don't you take this one?
I wanted the next one.
Okay, I'll take this one. I want Julie Andrews as Dolly. I want An Evening with Angela, and you know, sorry, Miss Hannigan.
Fascinating.
This is good. This is really good.
Yes. Well, this is actually easy for me. I want Harriet Harris as Dolly. And I want Gwen to do An Evening. And Holland Taylor can take a hike in this incarnation.
I love that, but I think I want Holland as Dolly instead. But I would love to see
Harriet Harris, though, man.
She's fabulous. I love her. Holland Taylor, she's also, well, I mean, obviously everything she does I love, but she's been tweeting a lot about that Ratchet show, which we mentioned earlier, because obviously Paulson's in it.
I've never seen, and I believe it was streamed. No, I mean, not just streamed. I think it was aired like on HBO. Her Anne.
Oh yeah, I never saw that either.
I really want to watch that.
I had tickets to see it. I remember my friend was visiting, and we had tickets to see it. And for some reason, it was only playing certain days or something, and so like it got moved, and we never got to see it, or our tickets got canceled because of some strike or something. I don't remember.
It was like on Mondays at the Beaumont.
Yeah. So maybe it didn't. We wanted to get tickets, but it didn't coincide with the days my friend was here.
You know what? I had tickets to see and didn't use them. What legendary performance!
This should be a segment.
What's that?
It should be a segment where people tell us, you know,
unused tickets. Cherry Jones and the Heiress.
Oh yeah, I remember when that
kind of like made her like above the title star in New York. Yeah. And I was like, I don't know what the fuck I was doing that I decided not to go.
I mean, I remember I have so many, when I first lived in New York back in 2007, 2008, I remember Gypsy was playing with Patti LuPone. I did not go to see Gypsy with Patti. There's so many other shows over the years that I just kick myself not for seeing.
But I mean, this I had tickets. I didn't go to, but this show I paid for.
Oh, you paid for them? They weren't just like comps?
No. This was like 1994.
Wait. Oh, I'm thinking of the other Heiress that was recent. What was the reason you ended up not going?
I don't even remember. I was just stupid.
Stupid.
Well, you know, I didn't live here, So we were visiting, and my sister and I would like try to cram in all these shows, and we'd be going to like both parts of Angels in America in one day, and then the next day seeing, you know, another matinee in an evening, and then we'd be, you know, taking the Riverdale bus back to my grandparents' house, and then, you know, it's like a lot. And I think, you know, maybe these tickets, I think they were like student rush tickets, and they were like $15.
Oh yeah.
And we were just exhausted, and it was sort of like, fuck it, you know?
Yeah. I feel that sometimes I fell asleep in The Lion King.
Yeah, totally.
On a high school trip.
I slept through what did I see? Measure for Measure with Kevin Kline at the Delacorte.
Oh, well. Okay, this is a great one to sign off with.
Yeah.
Stephen Foreman, Gary Beach, Charles Busch, and Divine. I guess I don't know. What do you have to say on this one?
Gary Beach's Dolly, Boots Mama.
Boots the Dots Down.
Divine in concert. And our dear friend and podcast guest, Charles, can take some time to enjoy the view.
Yeah. I guess I'd have to say the same thing. All right. Well, this has been fun. I'm so glad we are over because I have to pee so bad.
You better take care of that business.
I really should. Okay, so I'll take us out with Bernie, and we'll see you guys next week. Love you. XOXO.
Drink Gerolsteiner.
Autumn, winter, next year. Some
Time heals everything. It's a song. Time heals everything.
Ah!